Luffy confirmed for Smash. I love that color spread, and it's like, did Oda plan for this? Has he been playing Smash in the background or some of his assistants? Because I really do just love this color spread, and it would be Nami and Usopp playing. Actually, I would think it would be Frankie and Usopp, but Nami and Usopp, they're the most normal out of the entire crew, so it makes a certain kind of sense. You got Jinbei looking like Mario, you got Sanji looking like kind of like Solid Snake almost. Frankie is obviously Donkey Kong, Luffy is Ken from Street Fighter, Zoro is Link, Chopper kind of looking a little bit like Diddy Kong from a certain point of view. And then you get to the rando looking ones. Like, I guess that's Robin kind of looking like Morgan from Darkstalkers for some reason. And Brook just looks like an evil king for some reason. I'm not sure what that's supposed to be representative of. Maybe, I think it was Lucifer from Ghosts and Goblins, I think? Hard to say. I could just go on about that cover page, but man, there was a lot and a little in this chapter. And what I mean by that is there was a lot of content, but it felt like such little bite-sized chunks that everything that you went through just went by at a breakneck pace. We pick up with CP0 on the phone with their colleagues, the CP0 that's in Onigashima currently, and they're talking about the fact that there's a second dragon, so cat's out of the bag. Dr. Vegapunk's other devil fruit actually is working, and it's on the side of Straw Hat Luffy. But, as it's revealed later, the leader of CP0 and Onigashima is talking with none other than Rob Lucci, which, it makes sense. You can tell it from the Den Mushi, immediately. But Lucci just okay, sounds pretty good to me. Just have all these guys just destroy each other. No skin off my nose. But Lucci has called in to report that on the chance that Kaido is taken down, the nation of Wano will be brought under the world government. So it's not so much that they're trying to do this altruistically. This is all for the purpose of bringing all that weaponry and the Sea Prism Stone under their control, of course, which is very underhanded on the part of the world government. And even the one CP0 guy there in Onigashima is just so basically we're no different than pirates, honestly. And that's game recognizing game. We also get a little bit of the rundown on the current battle, where we started off through 30,000 versus 5,400. Kaido's forces have lost over half of their people, either through them just being defeated or them shifting sides. So they're down to 12,000 people, which is nothing to scoff at, but on the side of the Mink Samurai Ninja Pirate Alliance, they've gone from, the 5,400 to 8,000 people. They've almost doubled in size, and they're starting to gain ground, because most of the heavy hitters of the Beast Pirates have been taken out. You just have, at this point, Big Mom, which, let's be honest, in and of itself counts for a good 1,000 people, if not more so, maybe 5,000 or more. And then you have King and Queen still up and about and fighting. And then you have Kaido. So the biggest and heaviest of hitters are still out and about. And Orochi's also lurking in the shadows. But, to the benefit of our allied forces, all of the heavy hitters are preoccupied. Kaido with Luffy, King with Zoro, Queen with Sanji, Big Mom with Law and Kid, and even some of the lower subordinates. Hawkins is busy dealing with Killer. Apu, a lot of us are assuming that Apu is being dealt with by X-Drake. So yeah, it's basically just the rest of our Straw Hats and the Scabbards dealing with fodder, pretty much. So those numbers mean nothing at this point if none of the big hitters don't make it out of their respective battles okay. But the one CP0 guy at Onigashima is just like, yeah, I don't really see Kaido getting beat. Let's be honest. If it's one-on-one, always bet on Kaido, like they say. And even Lucci's just like, yeah, I don't think so either. But I'm gonna wait for your report, just on the off chance it happened. But regardless, you, specifically, the three of you over there have a mission. Also, I love the panel where Kaku is sleeping, and I can't tell if Stussy is trying to wake him up or just patting him on his little cushy fuzzy hat. But Lucci, he's on that Enies Lobby shit, where he tells him, bring back Nico Robin. But at the same time, it was already put forth that everybody will be after Nico Robin eventually, because she can read the poneglyphs. And at this point, we're in a mad dash to get to the poneglyphs. Because, it was stated way back in Zoe that you can read the poneglyphs, these people will come after you eventually. And, she said not to worry, my friends will protect them. So I don't think we're getting anything like Enies Lobby 2.0. It's just, we're going to have to fight off some dudes. Because I'm fairly certain, because you see government ships heading to Wano, how easily they'll be able to get in is anyone's guess. I don't know if they've been told about the secret passage, but we'll see how that goes. And I think Rob Lucci and the rest of CP0 is on those ships, but they're awaiting information too. So we'll see how that goes. And we also see a lot of the Beast Pirates going after Robin, trying to obtain her, with, honestly, Brook just easily just swiping them away. But their commands are, don't kill her, capture her. So they have to go in with a little bit of the delicate touch, which does them no favors. Meanwhile, above Wano and Onigashima, with only 5 minutes left until it reaches the flower capital, Momonosuke has been left by his lonesome. And that's because Yamato is just like, okay, I need to go into the armory and see if I can do something about those explosives, just to reduce the chances of them just going off when this thing lands, however it lands. Reduce casualties to any degree possible. So Yamato has gone scaling up Onigashima and has managed to hit the ground running. Interestingly enough, it looks like some of the Heart Pirates are also on Onigashima, but I didn't think they made it up as well. I thought they were still at the port, with Caribou and stuff like that. So I'm a little bit confused on that to a certain degree. And we also get to see Yamato's full-on wolf form, which, man, it just makes me feel like I need to play some Okami again. Like, it took me kind of off guard. It's just like, oh, Amaterasu. But I feel bad for poor Momonosuke, because he's desperately trying to generate flame clouds. And all he's getting is just like these little poof, poof. It's essentially he's creating like little floating Nimbus clouds from Dragon Ball, no bigger than Luffy at that point. So that's not working out too well. Now the real crunch of this chapter is Sanji versus Queen, because at the end of last chapter we got King versus Zoro, so of course, Oda has just been bouncing all over the place during the course of this battle. Sometimes to the detriment, because sometimes I wish he would hold on certain things. Other times it's just like, I guess it's okay. But Sanji really is not gaining any ground in his battle against Queen and his various extendo parts and the sword that he's wielding. And Queen, he really wants to see the raid suit. He wants to go up against the technology of Judge because, it's scientists on science violence. Queen wants to prove his superiority over his former colleague, basically. That's all he really wants from all of this. But Sanji, he's being stubborn as all get out. Because I'm gonna be real, in this battle, with the raid suit, it feels like Sanji might have at least a little bit more of an advantage, but he doesn't want any association with the Germa or anything like that. And so, funny enough, the more that Queen asks for it, the less Sanji is willing to give him what he wants. And even when Sanji delivers a Diable Jambe, bien gut, grill shot to Queen's midsection, which sets it ablaze, Queen just transforms into his full Brachiosaurus form and just kind of shrugs off the attack. And so Queen wants to respond with his more physical, non-mechanical attack. And this raised so many questions with the revelation that this is pure Brachiosaurus ability, because Queen then just extends his tail and neck, whips his tail at a wall behind him, and shoots the length of his neck and tail out of the rest of his body. And it's an attack called Brachiosnakeus, where he's just now a giant serpent. And no, that is not how dinosaurs work. Everyone questions, like, is that how that works? Like, we're talking everyone. Izo, Marco, Kawamatsu, Hyogoro, the rest of the Yakuza bosses, Chopper, they're all just like, what? And even Sanji's just like, what the shit? And Sanji is just captured and is constrained by all that meaty Brachiosaurus, snaky goodness, and Queen's just like, this is what a Brachiosaurus can really do. And I'm just like, no, it is not. Shut your mouth, Queen. You shut your goddamn mouth. That is not what a Brachiosaurus can do. But I mean, he really makes for a good serpent as he just constricts the shit out of Sanji. And, during the crushing, Queen's just like, show me the power of the Germa suit. Put on the Germa suit. And Sanji's just like, never! Despite the fact that he's basically dying. And so Queen, with the excess meat of the rest of his flesh, is just like, now I will attack you with my leftover materials because I'm a good scientist and implant weaponry wherever in my body. And oh god, it really is Frankie all over again, where I'm just like, where is all of this? How do these mechanisms work? I feel like if I were to see a schematic for how Queen works, I'd be just as confused as the schematic for how Frankie works. Mostly pre-time skip Frankie. Post-time skip Frankie, I'm a little bit more forgiving because he hasn't shown off anything too absurd. It was always just the fridge in his belly that threw me off. I'm like, then how do you digest and eat food? That raises so many questions. But with Queen, he's had so many mechanisms within his body, and I'm just like, a lot of these things are not like the others. None of these things even belong. But Queen makes the tactical error of having a voice-activated rocket launcher on the rest of his body, the Brachio launcher, and if he calls out their name, they shoot. But he already called out their name to explain it because he's a show-off idiot. And so the Brachio launcher fires on him, and he says it twice, completely causing him to lose his grip on Sanji. But he's just like, well, I constrained him enough that he should be dead, broken bones and everything. But then Sanji gets up in like the creepiest, shamblingest way possible, and it's super nasty. It is super nasty to look at, like he's crunched up paper. And Chopper's pretty much on the money when he questions if Sanji is a zombie now, as everyone sees that his bones are broken, but then Sanji just pounds them right back into place, and he realizes, oh god, I've awakened the Germa. Like, Sanji now has that weird metallic exoskeleton that the rest of his siblings have, where they can just shrug off attacks like it's nobody's business. And then Queen goes in with the sword, and it just shatters on Sanji's body like it's nothing. Like it's absolutely nothing. And so Sanji is officially also a modified human. A lot of times they're called cyborgs, but you could call them more biomechanical. Sanji is essentially kind of like Cell. And I'm not sure if that's going to have repercussions on how he functions as a person. Because, I mean, he's gotten to live most of his life up until now. I can't imagine it completely negating the rest of his personality or stuff like that. But I mean, it's hard to tell if most of his abilities from before were just the slow development. Like, it wasn't that Sanji wasn't like the rest of his siblings, it's just that his abilities just took a little bit longer to actually come to the forefront. And of course, Sanji just gets madder and madder, so I fully expect his next wanted poster to full on be him in the stealth black outfit. And that's the only way people would recognize him. And then his epitaph ends up going from blackened leg to stealth black Sanji. I'm just like, I would be rolling after all of that. The more he tries to deny his heritage, the more it just overtakes his entire being. But I am looking forward to the moment where Sanji just kind of accepts what he's become, because honestly, he'll be more powerful for it. It's like when he first put on the raid suit, like, just use it for your friends, man. Use it for your allies. But Queen's abilities just, oof, I don't know how to feel about all of that. Like, oh man, that Brachiosnakeus just no, that dumb, that dumb. I love it though, but it's dumb. Honestly, I'm kind of afraid to see it animated because the rest of the body and even the neck and all that, just, it kind of nasty. It kind of nasty to look at. Like, all of that was just really nasty. But I'm wondering, will Yamato end up running into any opposition in heading to get rid of all those explosives? And will that end up being what keeps CP0 at bay ultimately? I would love it if all of those explosives ended up just falling on all those marine ships trying to get to Wano, and it's just like two birds with one stone with nobody even knowing that was going on. But eventually those CP0 agents are coming for Robin, and that's all the more reason for Robin to be defended, and, well, defend herself as well. And that gives a bit of a credence to why Frankie, Brook, Jimbei, Nami, Usopp, all of them, their fights have kind of ended the way they did, where they can go on and do other stuff because, they need to protect Robin. Just make sure Robin's okay while everybody else is in their battles and fighting. I have no doubt eventually Momonosuke will manage to bring out the flame clouds and all that, but I mean, it's gonna get pretty close to the wire. Let's be real. But I'm really interested in seeing these CP0 agents finally do something, because outside of that one Heart Gold special, we've never seen any of them really do much of anything. So to finally see these guys throw down and maybe even get their masks off and see what they really look like, that would be pretty interesting. I'm pretty interested to see where that all goes. But tell me your thoughts and theories in the comment section below. What was your favorite part of this chapter? What was your least favorite part? What do you think about Sanji becoming full Vinsmoke? Queen's upgraded form? All that good stuff. And are you excited to see CP0 in action? Let me know. And if you like this video, please like, comment, subscribe, and hit the bell for notifications. And until next time, I've been Duuz-Diz-Din, and I will see you later. Bye-bye.